It's kind of ironic that this major British actor only became renowned because of General Zod in Superman 1 and Superman 2. He was the kind of the king of the angry young man era of British cinema. But when Terence Stamp hit the screen in Billy Budd, everybody said this is a guy to watch, and he was. Unfortunately, he's passed away on August 17th, Sunday across the world. Known for his villain roles, he was named by Empire as one of the 100 sexiest film stars of all time in '95. He has received various accolades, including a Golden Globe Award, a Cannes Film Festival Award, a Silver Bear, as well as a nomination for the Academy Award and 2 BAFTAs. After training at the Webber Douglas Academy of Dramatic Art in London, Stamp started his acting career in '60 and next year, at the West End Vaudeville Theatre. Now, the British media and the international media caught on to his talent at an early age, calling him the master of the brooding silence by The Guardian. Now, when he appeared in Billy Budd, a lot of people were trying to go for that role. It was his film debut. He earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor and a BAFTA nomination for Best Newcomer. Associated with the swinging London scene of the 60s, during which time he allegedly broke the hearts of Julie Christie and supermodel Jean Shrimpton, Stamp was among the subjects photographed by David Bailey for the classic set titled Box of Pinups. He starred opposite Christie in Far From the Madding Crowd, which was remade in recent years, and he also had a leading role in Ken Loach's drama Poor Cow. Now, a graduate of the Webber Douglas Academy of Dramatic Art, his career started in 1960 and just wrapped up 5 years ago when he pretty well retired. Now, when he gained wider fame as for his arch-villain General Zod in Superman, Superman 2 kneeled before Zod, which made him an overnight sensation. Now, there were some rumors he was going to be on Star Trek The Next Generation, but Patrick Stewart got the role of Picard, he was considered at the time because of his immense presence. Now, he kind of was against type in the very famous Australian drag movie The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, which earned him BAFTA and Golden Globe Award nominations. He also starred in the underrated movie The Limey, earning him an Independent Spirit nomination. He was also in Wall Street, Young Guns, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, The Haunted Mansion, Elektra, Wanted, Get Smart, Yes Man, Valkyrie, Big Eyes, and Last Night in Soho. Now, the rise to fame, like I said, after he graduated from the Webber Douglas Academy, he eventually became strong friends with the actor Michael Caine. They were roommates for a while and began spending time with, of all people, Peter O'Toole in the London party scene. Now, according to Stamp on CBC many years ago, said it was only Caine and O'Toole could drink him under the table. Now, when he became well known to Peter Ustinov, he was again cast in Ustinov's film adaptation of Billy Budd. His portrayal drew many fans across the world and also international attention. A lot of people thought he was going to win, but his appearance in Laurence Olivier's term of trial also drew a lot of attention. Now, Stamp was approached to play James Bond when Sean Connery retired from the role, but did not receive a second call from producer Harry Saltzman because, in Stamp's opinion, my ideas about how the role should be portrayed put the frighteners on Harry. I didn't get a second call from him. And Stamp, in that same CBC interview, said, I don't think he could have afforded me both emotionally and monetarily. But if he would have done James Bond, that would have been an interesting take, more of the dark side. Now, talking about the Superman roles where he was sort of doing bit parts and was kind of off the beaten track. Now, Donner approached him in relation to that because he thought it would be a good battle with Marlon Brando on screen. Now, the film in his first sequel, originally conceived as one film, with Zod and his evil conspirators returning later in the film to challenge Superman. Now, Stamp, in some documentaries about the movie, said he didn't like the fact that Marlon Brando was paid so much for so little, but he said he needed a draw, and he said, I was there sort of as a villain in waiting. Now, both parts were shot simultaneously, but the production of the sequel was halted partway due to budget and time constraints. Now, in part 2, he should have got a Best Supporting Actor nomination, but it was so over the top, no critics or Academy Award deciders took him seriously. Now, when Donner was replaced as director by Hard Day's Night director Richard Lester, He completed the film using portions of Donner's original footage combined with newly filmed scenes. Now, according to many critical acclaims of the greatest villains of all time, they say he's in the top 35. I would say top 10. Because when I saw Superman 2 at the Paramount Theater in Campbellton, there was a whole bunch of people said, "Oh, he's perfect for this." Hey, Billy Budd is a villain, so it's pretty good. Now, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, again, got a lot of attention because, again, he played against type because Stamp was considered a He-Man, and here he's playing a cross-dresser. Now, talking about his early years on Wimpole Street with Michael Caine being roommates, that was a key factor in having him understand the British style of acting. In his autobiography, What's It All About, Caine did state, "I still wake up sweating tonight to see Terence agreeing to accept my advice to take the role in Alfie." So he motivated Michael Caine to seek out parts that would show the best of the British, the young, angry man. Now, when he was dating Julie Christie and Jean Shrimpton, he was all over the British tabloids. And at the time, he was one of the most photographed couples with Christie and Shrimpton of Maud London. Now, after Shrimpton ending his relationship, he moved to India and spent time in an ashram. Now, of course, his brother Chris helped the Who in their career in the 60s and 70s. Now, the idea of a buddy's passing, it's going to be much more felt in Canada and the UK than the States. A lot of people in the States really didn't get his style, even though Michael Caine and Peter O'Toole were the similar style. Now, getting back to Billy Budd, Academy Award nomination, BAFTA Award nomination for Best Newcomer, and Golden Globe Award for New Star of the Year. Far from the Madding Crowd, where he played Sergeant Troy, quite interesting. And again, between The Mind of Mr. Soames, he wasn't doing many parts, but once he hit Superman, and I think he got quite a bit of money for the second movie. They're saying at least $2 million. Now, the idea in Wall Street, he was perfectly cast as that British entrepreneur that was going against the Charlie Sheen character. But The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, he was nominated for a BAFTA and Golden Globe for Best Actor, playing Bernadette. And that I thought was going to bring him to Academy Award resonance, especially with the Limey, because the Limey was nominated at the Satellites, Independent Spirit, and Las Vegas Critics. Now, when he played Chancellor Valorum, the Star Wars, the Episode 1, again, it drew that Terence Stamp fan group. Now, he also appeared in a Richard Donner cut. That was what was on the cutting room floor of his performances. I really think he was robbed of a nomination for a lot of categories. So, of course, the last film role he did, which drew a lot of attention, was Last Night in Soho. Didn't do much TV at the time, but he was on Smallville as Jor-El for 23 episodes, which, again, keeps the Superman motif going. Now, he was a voice actor for and his last performance came on the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered video game playing Mankar. So that's coming out as well. Now, the theater, he broke in with The Long and the Short and the Tall, UK tour. He was on Alfie, the stage version. Played Dracula as well, the 78 stage version, and A Lady from the Sea. Now, Memoirs and Reflections, there's a lot of books on him. Stamp album, Coming Attraction, double feature. Rare Stamps and The Ocean Fell in the Drop. Of course, his fiction book was The Night by Orion in 93. He also did cooking books as well, which was quite interesting. So again, from 1962 in Billy Budd up until, again, Song for Marion at the British Independent Awards in 2012. He was always in the conversation for nominations. Now, I personally believe he should have got an honorary Oscar for all the great parts he's been in, but that's yet to be determined. But Maud London, Oliver Reed, Richard Harris, Peter O'Toole, Terence Stamp, we were just honored by their presence because in Canada, the angry young man Brits drew so many viewers to the movies. And Dad always said, it's too bad he never got a good Western like with, some of the big directors who would have been perfect as a villain or a landowner. Actually, I wrote a book, a non-fiction Western, recently, and I based my villainous character on some of his performances through the years. Because he could play the hero or the villain with such success, and he will be missed. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you're doing here with our remote control and screenshots podcast, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share.